So today I wanted to talk about dealing with a bad week and a few bad days here and some setbacks. So personally, it's been a really good time, but also has those bad days that do seem very bad in comparison. So it's some form of balance, and not balance in the sense of calming down in my progress, but balance in the sense of the highs and lows. So the highs don't need to be so high, the lows don't need to be so low. So this vibration is thinning out in a good way, just to be this positive movement forward. And so I find myself in these past few days just feeling really crappy in comparison to what I've been going through, in this sense of recovering from anxiety and depression and self-pity. So as I fall back into these states, I'm understanding that I cannot use the same methodology that I've used to fall into them in the past. This self-defeating mind state. So as this happens again, I must sit back in the back of my mind, watching my movements and my actions and the way that the mind will continually drag me down, and to understand that the mind doesn't have to be my enemy anymore. It's the same as gravity. The mind is pulling us down to make us stronger, but only if we let it. If we make the mind our enemy, it'll be our worst enemy, or it can be our best friend and servant. This is what many motivational speakers talk of. This is what the Buddha talked of. This is what Bhagavad Gita and many other spiritual books talk of. That the mind is not who you are. The mind is a part of what you are. But because you can witness the body and witness the mind, this tells you that there's a part of you that's separate. You can call this the witness. Or I like to call it, as Jack Kornfield says of Nisargadatta Maharaja's teachings, that your true identity, the I am, what you put I am in front of, is awareness, is loving awareness. And so when we see even these dark states with love, they don't have power over us anymore. So it helps me to talk about this and helps me to share about this, because what happens is these states like depression and anxiety, self-pity, even suicidal ideations have been coming back for me the past couple days. When they come back to me, yes, I'll let them stay for a few minutes, but I'm not going to indulge them for the entire day like I used to, or entire years. So now I understand that there is a movement and that I have power over this. And that doesn't mean to repress it and just force it down and not feel it. It means to feel it and let go. So that's one key word that I focus on a lot. This key phrase of feel your feelings and let them go. And this is the middle path in between indulgence and repression. Repression is stuffing them down, shutting up, not feeling them. Indulgence is becoming obsessed with them, looking at them with a sense of identification, that this feeling is who I am and this is how I'm always going to feel. So what's helped me is taking positive steps. Body, mind, and soul, focusing on exercise, focusing on meditation, communication, and also knowing that just doing these things isn't going to solve the problem. What I do focus on is that this will pass, especially when I can live in a mindful state, that these dark times will pass, and that I will be enjoying life again within a matter of days. And for some of you, it won't be a matter of days, it may be a matter of months. Because, I'll be honest, it took my entire life, 32 years. It took about 31 years, my whole life, to come out of this darkness. And so the past few months, it feels like my first time being born, a rebirth. So this continuous spiritual awakening. And I've thought I've had spiritual awakenings, and I have. So these awakenings, it's not just like, oh, I'm awake. It's every day. It's an everyday thing. This version of the self continuously changing. Your mind rearranging. The furniture of your mind. So it's like dusting off. It's not just you do it once and you're done. It's a continuous process. Picasso talked about art as dusting off the normal boringness of life, that we need to have something magical. And so I don't get the same joy that I do from poetry and creation that I used to. That there was times where it was so valuable to me to freestyle and to be creative and to do visual artwork and all of these things. But now there's a step deeper than that. And this is the step of self-creation. This is the ultimate step of creation. When you can see your life as your work of art. In the Bright Eyes song, Bowl of Oranges, there was a moment that connected with me, and I never forgot this feeling that it gave me. He says if we could see our lives as a still painting, we would stand back staring in awe at the beauty. And this truly connects, because if you could see your life as though you had already passed on, you would probably have some definite regrets. And the main regret is you look at these people at the end of their lives when the interviewer comes and asks them, what did you regret? It's all the chances they didn't take. All the chances to share love and time with loved ones and all of the people that they couldn't share time with because they didn't take that chance. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a gamble. This is a measured, controlled choice, free will. That I know I am not willing to work a regular desk job or be a retail slave anymore. I'm not willing to do that. And so with this lockdown, with unemployment, I have been given a chance to change things. And I'll tell you, to be accountable right here, I am going to change things. And it may not be overnight. It may not be right away. It may not be in the next year. It may not be in the next 5 years, but I will change things. And I'm committed to not giving up. And to be honest, this is new to me because I was always giving up. I would start something new and I would give up. I would start something else. It didn't work for me. Give up. Feel down on myself. Feel this putrefaction, which means I was rotting alive. I was living dead alive. A zombie. That's no life to live. And there is another choice. I'll tell you that if you're in that state of depression and anxiety, which I'll be honest, I've been feeling it real heavy for the past few days. But I know I have overcome worse things, and I know I'm not in that same dark place as I used to be, even though sometimes it feels that way. I will overcome this and rise above it. And I know you have that strength within you too. That these burdens are here so we can lift them and get stronger like weights. Everyone has a burden. And so wasting time feeling sorry for yourself, feeling sorry for ourselves, fearing, it's not going to help. It's more negative energy that you're putting on yourself. And it's a cliche because it works. Positivity. But what's beyond positivity and negativity? Reality. To stare your reality right in the face. Who you are, who you've been, the choices that you've made, the choices that you're making, regrets, what you can do to go beyond, to cross to the furthest shore, and to burn the boats when you get there. You don't need these methodologies. Zen says that is a finger pointing towards the moon. And we become obsessed with the finger, the methodologies. And the moon, this is life. This is creation. This is every day that you spend here, whether you realize it or not, is a gift, is a chance at retribution. One of my best friends says that every story is a redemption story, and this is true. Good man or bad man, good woman, bad woman, it doesn't matter. Every story we search for redemption, for salvation, for a better day, a brighter day, the sun coming out. And in that Annie musical, when she sang "The sun will come out tomorrow," it always connected with me. So if you're in those dark places, which I've been for a few days, I understand they're temporary. But I understand it doesn't feel temporary when you're there. So I just want you to know that I'm here for you. That I'm hoping and wishing the best for you. But also understand that you're the only one that can do it. You're the only one that can rise out of this darkness. Thank you. Thank you for watching the video. If you like that, check out some of these other ones over here. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Have a beautiful life. Leave a comment for me on how you overcome depression. Blessings.